Music review. This is number 98 in my top 100 albums of all time, and it is The Wild, the Innocent and the E Street Shuffle by Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. It was released in 1973. This second release by Springsteen takes his debut freshness and storytelling with hints of a jazz guitar piano mix, plus the singer-songwriter traditions, and refines it into one of the best albums in his awesome quantity of work. The album has 7 tracks and they all deserve attention, so you are ready for a repeat listen to take all the delights in. We get started on the amazing journey with E Street Shuffle, and the title doesn't disappoint. It is funky, rhythmic, and has leering horns in the background. The pace really hots up at midpoint as the sprint to the finish with rockabilly guitar lines meshing with the horns and Lopez's percussion. It's all wild and fresh. Lyrically, adolescence has bloomed. Latest fashions, impressing the girls with your dance moves, and tangles with the local law enforcement. The second cut, 4th of July, Asbury Park, known as Sandy, is romance on Independence Day. Bruce takes us down memory lane as we hear the crush on the waitress who serves us coffee in the downtown cafe where we hang out with our mates. The accordion gives a Parisian feel to brighten and heighten the romantic feel as you hang out at the boardwalk. Springsteen's stories steeped in reality, which is why we love them. To the words, switchblade lovers, guys that carry knives for action and get their thrills from pinball and open shirts, like Latin lovers chasing virgins. You can just imagine the scene on the boardwalk, and there is Sandy, that dreamlike lover who you crave to sleep all night on the beach with. The song also sees Bruce moving away from the hometown as growing up becomes complete. Track 3, Kitty's Back, is another story of an impressionable woman returning from the lights of the big city. It starts off with a snarling guitar blues break before the rhythm becomes roller coaster like, with Sanchez's organ generating that funky feel that makes with prominent horns intermingled with complex rhythms, and Springsteen's vocal oozing sensual feeling. The sound would do both Basie and Chicago proud, and a real taste of the E Street Band live. Bruce's story. Kitty is returning from the city after a failed trip, seeking a dream, and we sense early love lost and not regained. Clemens' sax just charges you to the finish as you hold on for the complete roller coaster. On to track 4, Wild Billy's Circus Story. Listening to Wild Billy, apart from the array of circus performers and their peculiarities, which is a might impressive, almost Fellini-like, I sense the metaphor of the band on the road. The music hall intro paints the picture of circuses in their heyday post-war, the lyric laid out in lyric style, and the tuba adorns the stage. Bruce tells the story poet-like in a circus booth. I love this lyric. Jesus sends some good women to save all your clowns. The beauty is in creating the pictures in your mind of the characters, and that enables you to become one for the song's duration. There's some lovely mandolin before the end. Track 5, Incident on 52nd, 7th Street, open side 2. and it's probably my all-time favourite Springsteen track after Jungle Land. It's smooth and silky and addictive, and that's just the rhythms. Bruce tells a tale of Spanish Johnny, who's a loser and wants to escape to the other side of town to get some action. And he wants Puerto Rican Jane to join him. And we see an assortment of street characters living on their wits, on the edge of the law, trying to get a buck or two. The tempo builds and builds until Springsteen's guitar explodes into a purposeful solo and fades out slowly as the piano dovetails into the next track. For me, its real quality is in the mood created by Bruce and the interwoven arrangements. A masterpiece. And so too track 6. The piano links straight into Rosey Rosalita, as I prefer to call this one, Rosey, the musical extravaganza by the E Street Band shows us all what a tight band they are, with an amalgam of everything that's great about rock and roll. Swirling pianos, saxes blown to an extreme, and drums at 100 miles an hour. And the conductor, Springsteen, to make sure they're all in tempo as they slow things down for a few moments before the foot pedal is pushed to the floor again. And as the choral scream, "Oh, your papa says he knows that I don't have any money." Fabulous. This song for many years closed the 3-hour show, and if you missed it, you've missed something special. And so to the last track, track 7, New York City Serenade. Yes, we end with a serenade with haunting piano intro before we tumble into a jazzy blues sound at a snail's pace. And Bruce takes us on our final journey, makes love in the back of the Cadillac as a final goodbye to the girl, because she can't leave for the city with a guy who just loves being in a band. Clemens is stirring on this track, but Bruce reminds us of the talent oozing out, whether it's the writing, the arranging, the playing, or the singing. Lovely percussion softens the desperate tone of his vocal. The sax is so emotional, it leads you to tears as the track draws to a close. So there we have it, number 98 in my top 100 albums of all time. The Wild, the Innocent and the E Street Shuffle by Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. If you haven't heard it, get to hear it, and then you'll want to listen to it again and again.